We have talked a lot about what hinders you from living a satisfying life, things which disconnect you from what is really needed. We humans tend to set ourselves avoidance goals. We usually focus on things which we do not want anymore. For example, being lonely. You would probably say that your goal would be to not be lonely anymore. But this sets the focus on the problem and less on the solution. A more helpful term would be, I want to have a comfortable social circle or meaningful relationships. So what do we humans actually need to be satisfied? There are a few different approaches to this, but there are 4 pillars which I think are the most important for satisfaction. Most people need to find satisfaction in these 4 areas to live a satisfying life: family and friends, health and fitness, romance, and career/self-fulfillment. If you manage to find yourself satisfied in these 4 areas, you will be able to live a satisfying and healthy life by having most of your needs covered. Family and friends will be your social network, having your back in hard times and bringing joy in good ones. Family here, talking about your parents or other relatives you can go to for advice or if you just need to vent. Not the family which you might want to have someday. The key would be to have a good relationship with your relatives, which gives you an indestructible bond which can give you identity and something to hold on to in hard times. Sadly, you cannot choose your family, and a lot of families are more of a stressor than a resource. It might be difficult if this support is missing or even part of the problem. But you might be able to find friends or other people who can serve as a solid foundation instead. So a lot of your social needs will be summarized under this pillar. Close to that would be the romance pillar. Of course, there might be people who might not have the need for a romantic relationship. But for a lot of people, this would be the perfect area for the most vulnerable needs. Need for unconditional love, need for physical pleasure/reproduction, need for warmth, being close with someone, being themselves without judgment, giving and receiving love, being vulnerable. It is probably the most difficult area to find a sustainable resource in, but if it is possible, it would be the strongest pillar. So never give up on trying to find a healthy relationship. This might be closely related to your career or self-fulfillment. We have talked about purpose throughout November a lot. There are a lot of positive aspects of working. Humans need some sort of purpose. Most people wouldn't be happy being unemployed even if they didn't need to worry about financials. It is a human need to feel needed for something which might be valued by others or just for one's own survival. Self-fulfillment doesn't always have to be a job in the common sense, but might also be personal goals like having children or helping others. But it is probably obvious that you won't be able to live in this world without having a paying job. So you might be looking for something which feels good to you, something which makes you feel useful for yourself, your family, society, or whatever purpose feels right for you. Lastly, your health is of priceless value. When your health is compromised, everything else becomes irrelevant. So it is important to live a sustainable and healthy life. Eating healthy, doing sports, but also trying to balance your physical and your mental stress. There are 3 further layers to this: social, physical and mental. You will need to find a daily balance in those as well, so that one is not overloaded. These are the 4 main areas which you will need to find satisfaction in to live a sustainable and satisfying life. If some of those were to fail, others can temporarily compensate for them. On a daily basis, a good balance between social, physical and mental activities will do the trick. Besides that, you can all probably imagine some ways of living a healthier day-to-day life. If not, there's a lot of inspiration on this channel right now, and a lot more is to come.